At the beginning of February, I hosted a huge calligraphy event for people from all around the UK. Here's how it went. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got a kind of semi-vlog, semi-chatty video for you today. Back at the beginning of February, I hosted a huge calligraphy event called the Calligraphy Collective. And as part of that event, we had a photographer and videographer who happened to also be my husband, shooting all of the content for the day. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. It was such a magical day. I know some of you want to see this so you can relive the day again. And I know some of you are really gutted that you couldn't make it and really wanted to see what it was like. Before I dive into sharing what the day was like, I just wanted to chat a little bit about what the Calligraphy Collective is and how it came about. So for years and years, I've really wanted to host an in-person event where people from all around the UK can come together and just play with pens, basically. When I first started calligraphy 8 years ago, the UK scene was really small, especially within modern calligraphy. There was quite a few traditional calligraphers around. I was having to get a lot of my information from calligraphers in America, which isn't helpful when you're trying to buy particular tools. Over the years, I've seen the calligraphy community grow, and part of that is from me teaching workshops and also lots of other lovely calligraphers teaching workshops. And now there's such a big community, and I really just wanted to bring everyone together. As someone who also runs my business based on calligraphy, it can be a little bit lonely just working away at home in my own studio, and I feel a lot of people have that as well. Or even if you're just a hobbyist, generally you're just sat at home by yourself. So being in a room full of people who also love pens as much as you just sounds so exciting. So I had this idea for a long time, but it felt much bigger than any kind of workshop I've taught and organised before. It felt huge. And then along came my lovely friend Sophie, who has a brilliant experience in the events management industry, and she said that she could help me. So I worked on this event with her for almost a year. There was a lot of behind the scenes planning, sorting out the venue, sorting out teachers, sponsors, all the marketing. So we worked on that together for the whole time, and it was hard. There were definitely some hard days. Obviously the day itself was busy, but it ran so smoothly, and I have Sophie to thank for that. Her events management skills were just invaluable for this whole event, and I just didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I kind of didn't want to get my hopes up too much, but it was a perfect day. So yeah, the Calligraphy Collective was born. I wish I'd done more vlogging of the whole experience, but to be honest, it was a huge learning curve. We were kind of just working as and when we could because she's a mum and I had lots of other work going on, so there was like late nights involved. It just wouldn't have been feasible to vlog and also put on a good quality event. I really just wanted to focus on making this event the best it could be. And it was. I'm so happy with how it turned out. But yeah, in terms of the process, I did all the branding for it and kind of worked with Sophie making sure that it looked good. So that's kind of how the Calligraphy Collective came about. So what exactly is a Calligraphy Collective? For the time being, it was this one event, but I'd like it to be much more than that. So stick around till the end of the video where I'm going to talk a little bit about that. For this particular event, I wanted it to be a learning experience, community feel, just a day full of creativity and calligraphers, basically. So we hosted the Calligraphy Collective at a beautiful venue in Poole called the Italian Villa. It was absolutely stunning. It's actually a wedding venue, and we just thought it would be the perfect place for this event. So we started off the day with everyone signing in. Everyone was so chatty straight away. We had quite a few people message us beforehand saying that they were coming by themselves and they were super nervous, but everyone was just so lovely and chatty. It's such a great community. everybody, can you all hear me okay? Welcome, thank you for all coming. I then welcomed everyone to the day and did all the kind of boring fire safety bits. And then we had workshops. So we had 3 different workshops. There was colourful watercolour lettering, which was taught by myself. There was playful sign painting, which was taught by the lovely Jess from Boards by Jess. And then beautiful flourishes, which was taught by Illy from Illy Boo Designs. So there are 3 great workshops taught by experienced calligraphy tutors. And the aim of these workshops was to expand on people's existing calligraphy knowledge. So this wasn't an event for beginners. If you'd never picked up a pen before, it wasn't going to be quite right for you. We did actually end up having a couple of beginners and they still did have a really good time. And I know one of them's even gone on to sign up to a full calligraphy course so he can carry on learning. The idea was to expand on existing calligraphy knowledge. So we had over 65 people there and they were split into 3 groups. So every single person was able to do all of the workshops. So we had a rotation throughout the day. So one group would do watercolor and then they do sign painting and then flourishes. That was really important to me to make sure that everyone got to experience it all. And then halfway through the day, we had a pen demonstration from myself, and that was just sharing a couple of smaller techniques that I've learned along the way as a calligrapher and showcasing some of the lovely pens from our sponsors as well. So our sponsors for the event were Tom Studio, Pentel, Cult Pens and Cara Markers. Without them, this event wouldn't have been possible, so massive thank you to them. And then finally, at the end of the day, we had a panel discussion, which was incredible. So the panel discussion was hosted by myself and it had Illy and Jess and then also the lovely Amy from the Amyverse. And the focus of the panel discussion was confidence. We felt that this was a little bit more broad, so it was good for the hobbyists, but also good for the business owners there. So we actually had some people who had only been doing calligraphy for 6 months and others that had been doing it for 7 years and running their own business. It was so nice to have that eclectic mix. So some of the topics in the panel discussion were just so amazing, and it was great for the audience to get involved and just feel really excited and refreshed. So this is your chance to kind of build that confidence and build that community.
Been doing calligraphy for how long now? Maybe a good 6 years professionally.
I have been doing calligraphy now, probably same as Ellie, I think about 6 years.
I'm Amy, I run the Amyverse.
I've had to learn how to tweak my calligraphy.
At the depths of my Instagram, it's all there and you'll
Do the calligraphy that you enjoy. You still want to come away from that job and like what you've done.
An attitude of just saying yes and then worrying about it later. But it's great because it means things like this happen.
It doesn't matter where you come from. It just, as long as you have passion.
Comparison is the thief of joy. I love that.
So how could you adapt the brief to suit their pricing?
You are maybe told that's too expensive. What can be really helpful to do is actually break down what that job is.
Okay, right, so I had to do a really boring elevator pitch at one point.
If you see someone selling a print on Etsy and you're like, I could do something similar and I'm going to sell it for £5 less, you're not just taking that person down, you're taking the whole calligraphy community down.
And I could just suddenly see this switch had flipped and it really started to feel like my thing and I was feeling more confident in it.
It doesn't matter if you take bills and you're like having a good time, then, just show off your work.
Incredible day. This is something that I'm gonna cry. This is something that I wanted to do for years, and actually it was Tom and Sophie that gave me the confidence to actually do this event.
So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of what the Calligraphy Collective was like. Let me know in the comments if you were there and if you spotted yourself in any of those video clips. It was such a good day and I would love to do this again. As I said already, I have a vision for the Calligraphy Collective to be bigger than just this event. I want to continue building the community in the UK, and I have a few ideas, maybe things like a business retreat, smaller meetups around the UK, a podcast potentially. There's quite a few things going on up here that I would love to continue building on, but I'd really like to know in the comments below what you would like from this community. So the Calligraphy Collective is going to be building on that calligraphy community, mainly focusing in the UK, but that doesn't mean that we can't start welcoming people from around the world. But I really just want to grow this community within the UK and develop it further and just bring everyone together more often, so it's not such a lonely hobby basically, or business. I'd also love to know where people are based in the UK if you're a calligrapher. So if you're a calligrapher, whether you're a hobbyist or a business owner, let me know whereabouts in the UK you are, because I would love to do some smaller meetups around the UK and see where we can go with it. I just want to say firstly a huge thank you to everyone who joined on that day, because you guys made it possible for coming to this event. But also if you couldn't make it but you've supported in any way at all, because that has meant that I have managed to achieve a dream of mine. So this event, the Calligraphy Collective, was a dream of mine, and I can't believe I've done it now. And the fact that everyone had such a good time as well has just made my heart so full. So I just want to say a huge thank you, and let's see what the future holds for the Calligraphy Collective. I'll catch you guys soon for a bit more of a standard video. Bye!